Alright, so today we're filming a S65 and S85 throttle body actuator rebuild video. Got the Mercedes here, got my pops about to pull out in the M6. Yep. The almighty V10, but today we are working on S65 actuators. Although these are S65 actuators, the process is nearly the same for the S85. We've got two here. We've got two here out of that motor, and we got two here in the garage, which I'm going to show you guys. And we're going to be deciding which set to rebuild today. Let's move these in here. Probably those ones, I'm thinking. So we're going to grab this other set. We're going to take them inside. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to use this set. This motor was dated May of 2009. This came off my original motor from the car, which was dated June of 2008. So those are definitely older. Something interesting is there's this part number. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This part number. And it's also the same part number on that one, I believe, or at least the last digits are. This part number on this guy is different with the 05. I don't know what the 05 designates. And then for some reason this one came off that same motor and has a 07. So either this one was changed or came off of a different lot in the manufacturing plant. I have no idea why that would be labeled differently, because these two were the same. So something interesting between S65 and so that's kind of interesting. The older motor had two different ones, and the newer motor had two of the same ones. So who knows? Something to be you know, curious about. The 05 part number. Let's get this guy too. They're both different. And honestly, the date on this one looks like it was like 2005 on it. For some reason, it's got this 05, which who knows what that designates too. And this one's all got 08. I don't know. Something for you older motor guys, you know, pre-2009. Definitely get those things changed out or rebuilt. So we're going to use a T20 to take these cover bolts out. Basically slowly pry this guy open. It might take a screwdriver. Just pry it up. So you do this. You want to look under here and you want to make sure you get these contacts out. And there's a little dowel pin on the back. So once that comes off, wow. Yeah, and if you look in here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me grab the camera. Look at how much dust is in there. Jesus. And we're actually going to open all of these up just to compare. Probably. Let's see. Wow, this is not doing it justice. Let's check this out in the light. Typical shit here that we would expect. Pretty worn out. The gears almost even look almost bent even. They're so worn out that wow. They're so worn out that right on the edge there's actually there's grooves from the teeth being so worn out. So there you go, typical case of some bad gears. Look at all that play in there. You know, this should be tight. This is why we do this. Same back here. These teeth, they're looking razor thin on some of them. We got our new gear kit over here from FCP Euro. So I'm gonna get this opened up and get these gears changed out. So the set comes with 2 sets of gears, 2 drill bits, and 2 roll pins to lock the things down once you've mounted them for the back gear for the shaft. So here we go, guys. This is a perfect case of never judge a book by its cover. I was thinking for sure that this older motor, the set that came off the older motor that was dirtier and mismatched part numbers, was gonna be worse. They felt sloppier kind of through here, but upon opening them, this one just has so much freaking dust in it, it's crazy. And this one has almost nothing now on the outside, and it's really tight too. On the outside they look like shit, but the inside they don't. So it's very interesting. They must have just been changed, and maybe this thing just wasn't that well taken care of. But like, look at this, dude. They look like that's the one, the first one I took apart. Over here, look, it's all clean. It looks like shit on the inside. And this guy looks like shit, and it's super clean on the inside. So really, there's almost no dust in here. There is some wear starting to happen. This one, I think, is actually the one I'm gonna rebuild, which is really surprising. So yeah, maybe those will just be backups. These are some pretty interesting findings, guys. I'm probably gonna have to go with the older set now just to do a quick rebuild on, because they look so good. I'm gonna open this other one up and double check that one looks good, for the other side. But yeah, surprised. Really surprised on this one. Let's keep moving. Okay, they actually have a pretty cool process, which I'm going to show you guys for the second one. The way I took mine apart was actually a little different than they took theirs apart. They actually don't even remove this nut. They leave that stuff all together, which is pretty cool. I like how they did that. Also, like I said, you do drilling through right there. You see that little nipple? You start there and you go down basically into the guy, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So let's do it. Also, some difference in color between the circuit boards. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it's quite different. These are also the 2 models that have different numbers. So I'm gonna show you guys and once again, look at this other one. Even though it's older and worse, it looks really quite good in here. Honestly, these gears, it's almost still usable. The worst part is on this inner gear. They're just getting bent and worn. This drive gear sees a lot of load compared to the other gear, so it wears first. And this gear 2 back here, it's looking a little thin, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna use these motors though. But the official method for getting this gear off is to take a drill bit and drill basically into each side, and then just kind of crank it off. It'll break off. And then you don't even need to mess with this nut and the spacing on that shaft at all. So the thing to do here is just going to be literally taking a drill bit, running it in like this. As we're getting into it, don't let it hit the metal. Turn it on its side. Do that kind of on each side. Go in pretty good. I'm gonna do it 2 more. Careful not to bend your tangs here. I actually just bent one of these guys So we'll have to make sure that guy gets put back in there real nice. It's alright. Once you have drilled through it pretty good, what you're gonna do is take the other side. I might even be able to do it barehanded. Just basically wrap that thing off of there. Take your thing like this, and just it's a little hard here to do it up at height. I gotta do it kind of on the ground, but you go against the stopper and just break the fucking shaft off the thing. There we go. I just, see it broke. Well, it's kind of hard. I had to put it on the ground and put some good weight on it actually. Probably could have, and that thing is gonna spin back when you do that. So I probably could have, you know, done that a little bit easier, but whatever. Probably just, the thing for that would be to just drill a little farther. Okay, so once you break that guy off, take your washer out of there, which I already did. Pull your shaft out. Now everything's stuck on your shaft. I'm gonna go and grind this flat spot off, and that ridge all the way around. You just basically have to take it down to the same height as everything else, and then we're gonna put the new gear on. Okay, here's what the shaft looks like. Sharpened? Let's see, come on. There it is. So I flatten that tang down so it's flat on the one side, and just beveled the edge just ever so slightly all the way around. And now, now it'll slip in there pretty good, as you can see. They say to use a little bit of glue, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some glue, put some glue on here, install it back in the case, put it on with the glue. Drill the shaft, drill the hole first actually right now is what I'm going to do next, and then I'm going to do all that. And then, yeah, once it's on there, you put the pin in and let it sit, and it's good. Once you're in it a good bit, which, it's hard to see, but I drilled in there pretty good. I'm gonna pop this gear off. So here's my drilled hole. I almost started going through the back. As soon as it started touching, I stopped, because you don't want it to go into the other piece. You want it to stop. So there it is. We're gonna basically go ahead and reinsert this back in the housing with some glue. Once we get it in there on the tip, put our gear on, slam our pin in, and we're done. Put the rest of the gear in, grease it up, good. So I pushed the shaft through with all the, well, actually, no, we didn't. Missing one. Missing one of these guys, yeah. Yep. Make sure you put all your washers in. So it's washer, thick washer, and then all your other stuff. Shove it in. Comes through. Here's the fun part. We're gonna take this gear and we're gonna put fucking glue in it on the inside of the gear, on our shaft. Don't want too much because you don't want it to slide down. The other tricky part to this thing is going to be winding this gear up one time. Okay, the second method is way more efficient. You just have to be sure to turn the thing clockwise when you go to put that gear on. It's kind of tricky because you gotta hold the shaft in there with one hand and then turn the gear clockwise with glue on it and then lock it in place. Just push it down and then hammer your pin in. And the glue and stuff and everything, it's gonna all hold it together, and that thing's not coming off. So there you go, that's it done. The first method I showed you, the way that I have to do it the first way, is I'm gluing this guy on there really good. Super flat with the bottom, and then what I'm gonna do is put it in there with the washer and put a piece of wood up against the backside of this thing, and then tap that metal ring on with a 13mm socket to get that guy on there, and then get the nuts on and all that garbage on there, you know, and the spacer and the washer. And then once it's all together, I'm gonna hammer on this side to put the play back in it, because there does need to be a certain amount of play, and I'll show you how to do that. Here's the second one with the roll pin in it. So I've just been waiting for this to dry so I can put it through there and not have it stick to itself. This stuff is definitely messy. Be careful. You know, don't use too much in there. I'm continuously moving this thing because I'm afraid that it's gonna lock into place if I put too much glue on the gear. So don't be sloppy like me. That was definitely my first time, and I knew that with the epoxy shit that I really should go light, but I'm gonna use a dab of this actually now to secure that pin in place. Even though I know it's not gonna go anywhere, it's deep in there, and it was hard to get in there. I just added insurance. All right, she's just over here drying. So once that's all dry, we'll put the last one back together. I am still waiting for this one to dry too, for the epoxy, before I completely assemble it. But this is really, you know, from here it's straightforward. All we gotta do is pop this gear in here, you know, line it up, get it in there, and I'm gonna lube it up and that gear a little bit with a little bit of grease, high temp grease, and that's it. Put the cap back on and put it in the car, and hopefully there's no issues. Hopefully, you know, you had good circuit boards on yours like I did. At least this set that I'm using wasn't throwing a check engine light for sure, so good luck, guys. Okay, the one that I did second is actually done first. I'm still waiting for the other one to dry. This one was safe to assemble. I'm going to dab a little bit of grease on here. I'm probably actually going to try two different greases. I'm going to try like a high temp bearing grease or something in here maybe, and then some type of like anti-seize in here. It's just what I have on hand, and when these fail or whatever and I change them, you know, we'll check it out, maybe do a second video and see which lubrication did better. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Hit that like button, subscribe, and there will be many more videos to come. Just gonna take this cover and literally chuck it on like that. Make sure to get your little prongs in those two, in the black guys right there. If you bent them, don't worry about it, just bend them back a little bit, and as you're putting it on, make sure they go into where they need to go. Okay, we are putting the second one back together. This one I've got the washer on the back. Sliding it in. I'm going to hook it on the hook here. Come on, hook. Hook me. Kind of got to stick your finger in there and feed it into it. Sometimes, a lot of times this falls right in. So once I got it in, right, and we got the hook in there. See the hook's in there, in that hole. Spin it around, crank it around one full revolution, and push it in and drop it in. And it's stuck in there. It snaps back. Be sure not to bend your pins just like I did. Now I got the second one on. Sadly, the super glue is bubbling, but got that washer tapped on there. this is a must right here. Once it's all back together, just to set your preload. It's kind of tight. Tight, we're all good. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna install these back on the motor with our T30 Torx. It's actually probably easiest too. You just pull them out, drop your bolts in it. It doesn't matter left or right, they are universal. Put that one in. Even look, hit it with the gun. Make sure they're not gonna fall out. Alrighty, let's pull this other one out. Same thing.
Sorry for the swinging camera action, guys. Yeah. Bolts in.
Bolt holes are lined up. Straight up, just slowly screw them in so you know they aren't cross-threading. There it is. Now, give them a quick shake, make sure they're seated right. Alright. Set them down. Throttle body actuator rebuild. If you guys, you got these two too, you know, you clip on there, but if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comment section. Good luck rebuilding your throttle body actuators. Just clip on like that. There it is. Open up. Good luck. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Like and comment for the M series so we can keep this going. We're going to be making a bunch of videos with this car. So please and thank you. Love you guys. Appreciate it.